So we were just chatting quickly. I'm really interested in people's thoughts about ground, rooftop tents, camping trailers, caravans, those big sprinters, those big overland sprinters that they now convert. And Mopeli has something that I'd like him to share. So the difference that you believe in your experience between the variety of tents that you've had, obviously from ground to on top of your vehicle. What do you think?
I would say, okay, let's start here. I used to use my original small 2-man tent.
Was it the one with the poles?
Yeah, one of the poles.
Not a pop-up.
Small one, yeah, not a pop-up. But the 2-man, it's a decent little thing.
Yeah.
But the reason how I made the decision that it's about time I get myself up there. I was camping in Moremi and Southgate in 2014 in December, as usual. Then there was this particular night, and I was all by myself that time. Now this particular night.
Sorry, no good story ever starts off with when I went to the kettle to boil a cup of tea. So I think let's just keep that in mind, that camping alone in a wild area, go for it.
Yeah. And there was this particular night when I was just, just starting on my fire and everything else, and I was always doing. Then I could sense that the hyenas were for some reason much more active than normal.
Okay.
And I didn't understand this. I kept chasing away. And I could see my also fellow campers, there were about 3 campers there.
Okay.
They were also shouting, hey, hey, every now and then. And I could see that, it's going to be a hectic one. And I'm all by myself, by the fire. Nobody's actually checking my bag.
Yeah.
So every 5 minutes I have to keep running the torch.
Yeah.
But that particular night, I still decided that, I'm going to hit the mattress early.
Okay.
Well, by the time I left my fire, I could see that I could no longer cope, because I would chase one away on one direction. That would be another one.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean, like about 5 meters from the clearing there. Then I said, no, this is too much. It's too much. Then I just put out my fire quickly.
Yeah.
And dashed into my ground tent.
Okay.
Zip up. So let me just keep my peace in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Then my mates, my 3, the 3 people on the 2 other camping spots.
Yes.
Kept them with the fight. When my fire went off, I think they decided not to focus on those 2.
On the others, yeah.
But then after those guys went to bed, it all became quiet.
Yeah, that's the scary. Not scary, but that's when you start really opening your eyes.
Now they came back to me in a big way. I think one of those guys was still up because they was frequently running the torch.
Okay.
And the other person had a camping trailer, a big caravan, actually, not a camping trailer, because you can get to a caravan into Southgate.
Okay.
He had a caravan. But he had lots of trouble. So he was also running the torch.
Yeah.
So at some point, both campers were pointing their torches at my tent. I could see the spot on my tent.
Yeah.
And you know what I could see very clearly from the shades, the shadows of these things,
yeah.
these animals? They were all around my tent. I counted 7 that night. And you know what? I'm sleeping on the pump-up mattress on the ground. And these guys, 7 of them are around my tent. And they sniff in my ears, because it's a 2-man camper. Basically, there's not a lot of space between the piece of cloth and the animal outside.
No.
You could hear them sniffing all around.
Yeah.
And when these guys shone their beams on my tent, I could count. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Jesus, 7. That is what I counted. I don't know how many they were exactly. But let me tell you, the following morning, my fellow campers who had the night before were not really, were quite distant. They didn't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
The following morning, they all converged at my tent to come and check if I survived.
Yeah, they didn't drag you out.
Man, what is this? No. Please sleep in the car. No, you can't take this. This is too much.
Yeah.
Those animals, no. They were scared, freaked out. And I said, hey, I have to I agree.
Yeah.
I also got a little bit concerned. I was. When I counted
little bit
7 of
concerned.
them around me, I became really, really a bit concerned. But
Easy
I slept
meat.
well. I slept well. There wasn't
Yeah.
much trouble. They had more trouble with those hyenas than I did.
Correct.
But my fear after that,
Yeah.
I decided, no,
I'm done.
I'm done with the crown tent.
Yeah.
I need, if the crown tent, it has to be a bigger one, much
Yes.
bigger one. That
Yes.
gives some security. This little canvas thing on the, nah. Then that's how I went up. 2015, I acquired my rooftop tent.
So you moved up in the world.
I moved up in
Excuse the pun.
kind of, yeah.
So I'll tell you a quick story, Mopeli. I was this year I did a humanitarian trip through Namibia, and we did 2 or 3 nights of wild camping between Kasane. No, it wasn't Kasane. Sorry, Aus at the bottom,
Yeah.
and then up to heading up to Varamkwel. No, past Varamkwel area to through Sesfontein and Marienfluss, heading up to Marienfluss. And we found a fantastic opening in the area. There was a riverbed, quite a big riverbed that was very dry, so there was lots of wood that we could have used, and dead wood. So we ended up using my car to pull some of the wood in, and we'd actually parked in like a U, and there was one chap on a ground tent, a dome ground tent, which is fairly big. I had a Oz tent at the time, but I didn't use it because it was only me. I was sleeping in a swag. I don't know if you know what a swag is.
Yeah,
it's like a cocoon.
The roll.
Correct, the roller.
that,
Correct.
yeah.
So I had one of those, and I borrowed it from a friend of mine, and it was wild camping, and I didn't need any drama of some animal coming past that I sniffing, and it's wild, so you just don't know what's coming. Lion, whichever, and I have a Maasai knife. It's a double-sided knife. It's about over 30 centimeters long. It's in my car permanently, and I climbed into my tent, watched something just on my phone just to relax and calm down from the fire and just zone out. But right next to me was my big knife, right next to me.
Sure.
The main problem was, in order to open it, I couldn't go like that because the tent is not very big. The swag.
That's right.
So I was actually practicing. If something was going to come close, how am I going to get this thing out, and how am I going to get it through this story? And it was funny afterwards, not so funny at the time, because when it happens to you, you start freaking out and you start thinking very differently, and you don't really understand. You can sit here when it's nice and safe and everything's okay, and you can sit and chat about it and work it out in your head, but at the time you start freaking out. Definitely. And you start changing your mind, and you're like, well, do I run, or do I jump, or do I scream, or do I throw food, and it's something that plays in your mind, so you have to keep cool about it. But it was a bit of a challenge planning to open up this thing and getting ready for it in my head. If it grabbed my leg and starts pulling me through the tent, what am I going to do? Anyway, listen, thanks very much for sharing that story, and I'm glad you're here to tell it. I wish you and your family a fantastic New Year's, and I do hope to see you again. Thank you for sharing again.
Great.
Have a blessed time, buddy. Cheers, bye-bye, guys. Cheers, bye. Thank you for watching the first episode of Campfire Stories on 2019. If you like this content, you can follow me on Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube and subscribe if you can. And if you'd like to support me further on this type of content and others that I'm doing, please go on to Patreon and support me financially, which allows me to carry on providing more content in different ways. Have a blessed day. Chat soon, guys. Bye.